Sergeant, the captain wants you. Better grab your gear. Meet him out front.
It'll be days at most. We can't expect Eberron to hold out forever. Brass tacks, it all depends. The second fleet captured tailwind and the enemy headwind.
All right. Good to go? Captain's right outside. Like I said, he's out front, waiting.
How could you get all that way and not... I mean, look! The toilet's right fucking there, Private.
Yes, sir.
Get your shit together. We all got combat jitters. All of us. You hear?
Something we have, Lieutenant. Ah, Sergeant. Just the man. I'm going to need you up and down the island doing training. Best you start down the shooting range. Go see Sergeant Bell. He's in the jeep over by the gate. He'll tag along and give you... directions. Dismissed. Anyway, yes, defenses. We have enough materials, but nowhere near enough manpower or time. Our boys across the sea, they'll keep their distance.
Now, to get back to your question, Staff Sergeant. Our mission is to delay the enemy. Every day, every hour, every minute is a victory. Second Fleet are en route, and when they get here, we're gonna get ourselves a little payback. Concerning what you said, Private, I can only say this. Operation Brightwork has gone to plan. The airbase is in our hands, and local FIA guerrilla cells are, for now, playing nice. Just don't get complacent. They're no friends of Uncle Sam. We've already had one report of gear and weapons going missing, including radios. I know we're spread pretty thin out here, but be sure to secure your shit. But I digress. Colonel Gray has confirmed the news from Evron. The situation there is messy. The Russians made landfall about the same time we did. As for what's going on in Europe, well, I can't tell you any more than what you're hearing on AAN. Suffice to say, it's snafu. But what I can say, capturing this airbase has given our boys on Evron a reprieve.
Yo, start her up. You don't want to be around HQ too long. Colonel Gray's on the fucking warpath. Okay, through the main gate. Let's roll. At the crossroads, cut straight across along the dirt road. Watch out for potholes and you know, mines and shit. I ain't even kidding. This island, it's a fucking death trap. Okay, watch it. Bit of a sharp turn ahead. Almost there. The range is just beyond the next turn. This is all part of the Soviets' military zone. Colonel Gray wants us to really dig in our heels here. Fuck knows how long for, though. I heard Second Fleet could be 4-5 days away. That's almost a week, man. Okay, pull up to that parking shed there. Then go see the instructor. Shoot some targets. I'll hang here. I've done my share of shooting this week. I'm tapped out.
Chaos Red 6. This is Chaos Red 3. We're finished with the fieldworks at Point Choco. Over.
Copy. Head up
up the beach to Point Bootleg. And for fuck's sake, don't forget to check your tide to...
Chaos Red 2 to Chaos Red 6. AT defenses in place. We're moving up to Point Fullback. Interrogative. Can't call sign Atlas Blue 1 RV there? Over.
Affirmative, Red 2. Continue on task. And expedite. You're lagging. There's a lot of beach still to cover. Over.
Copy that. We're moving. Fast as we can. Out.
How are you doing, Sergeant? This here's the shooting range, and if you're fixing to do some shooting, well, I reckon you're in the right place. Pick up the 16 off the table. And because right now, what you got there is about as useless as a one-legged man in an ass-kicking contest, I'd grab some mags from the ammunition box. Okay, load your weapon. That rifle you're toting deserves your love and respect. Keep your booger picker off the trigger and approach the firing line. Let's see what you got. I'm popping 5 targets. I want to hear 5 shots. Aim down the iron sights and knock them dead. Go. Nice shooting. Try again. Only this time, fire lower your stance first, then do your shooting, Sergeant. Next, take out the same 5 targets lying down in a prone position. Lordy, lordy, who shot Shorty? Okay, on your feet, Sergeant. Let's do this one more time. Position yourself behind the wall and lean out while firing. All right, let's move on to the heavy stuff. Grab the squad automatic weapon from the bench. She's something, ain't she? Rest her on the table at the firing line and unfold the bipod. Okay, you ready? Have at it. Yeah! This ain't your first rodeo now, is it? How about we up the ante here? Mount the 50 cal on the next lane over. Target's up. Let her rip. Okay, Sergeant. I reckon that about does it. Let's save some rounds for the Rooskies. Pick up the 16 off the table.
All right, welcome to the O Corps, Sergeant.
Step on up to the mark over there.
Step right up. Step right up.
Okay, you good? Fast as you can. Do the course. Ready, set, go. Move it, Sergeant. Over the beam. Ballerina time. Let's go, go.
Razor wire. Down. Hit the dirt. Crawl it. Crawl it. Over the vault. Ivan sees you. You're in his sights. Through the window. Move. Get some cover. To the flagpole. And back. Back. Down the center lane. Climb the wall. There you go. Up and over. One more. Now, platform. Up the ladder. Fuck me. You call that climbing? And down. Ladder. Other side. Don't you fucking fall, Sergeant.
That's it. All right. Bring it back here. So, good news is, no one else saw that shit show. Bad news is, I did. And you waddling around and going fuck about on my course is now seared permanently into my brain. I can only hope your shooting's better than whatever that was. Anyway, if you want to go again, be my guest. Otherwise, I'm sure you got shit to do before our Russian friends arrive.
Good to see you, Sarge. All right, allow me to make some introductions. On the table beside me is the M21 sniper rifle. Go ahead, pick her up. Capable of dealing death at a range of 700 meters, she's a veritable perfecto mundo. Okay, let's have you shoot some targets. Lie down on the shooting position just here. As you know, a prone position is almost always... Take out the 3 targets on the beach beneath the lighthouse. They're about 600 meters out. Adjust the elevation on the R2 side to compensate. If you don't, but still rely on your crosshairs, you're guaranteed to over- or undershoot. Good. That's good. Next up, engage the 3 targets on the cliff top. Yep, they're down. 2 more targets. The first is next to the lighthouse. The second is a little to the left of it. Line them up and knock them down. Expertly done, Sarge. It appears you can shoot shit, even at a distance. Hell, and there was me, saying all your pen pushings made you soft. Now I almost feel bad. Anyway, that's the course finito. I'll let the captain know you did okay.
I take it you're here for training. First Aid 101? Not much time to get into it all, but we'll get you some pointers. How's that sound? Move to the crash site, just in front of me. Our volunteer victim needs medical attention, so pull him from the driver's side.
Sarge, you know we ain't doing mouth-to-mouth and shit, right?
Knock it off, Private. You've got DNR written all over you. Sergeant, as our casualty is clearly still breathing, please assess his injuries. Okay, now, let's imagine what we got here. Our wounds to the leg and chest. For argument's sake, we'll pretend the femoral artery's been nicked. So let's get a tourniquet on it. If you don't have one to hand, there's plenty on the table here. Great. That should prevent hemorrhagic shock and death from blood loss. Next, get a bandage on the chest. Again, if you're out, you'll find what you need on the table beside me. That's it. And while you're at it, remove the tourniquet. Try bandaging the leg as well.
No funny stuff, okay?
So far, so good. Our casualty's stable. Grab some saline solution and administer it intravenously.
Intro what? No way, fuck that!
Or rather, just go through the motions for me. By introducing saline, that is, a mixture of salt and water, we increase blood volume. Okay, finally, we've got to consider pain management and morphine.
You could give me the real deal, Sarge.
I'll give you the real deal, Private. I'll put the spit shine on your casualty act. Capiche? All right. Take a morphine injector and demonstrate how you'd use it. Right. Just like that. Excellent.
Hey, got a minute for the vehicle maintenance course, Sarge? Okay, so, here's the thing. If you repair a vehicle in the field, you don't have to shitcan it to the rear. That saves on time and supplies and, yeah. Keeps us in the business of killing commies. Now, go grab a wrench and a jerry can from the crate near the generator. Oh, and Sarge, you may as well take the backpack too. You'll need it later. That jerry can, it ain't got nothing in it. Drop it by the cistern. Then, refill it. Right to the top, if you wouldn't mind. Done? Okay. Pick it up. Next, I need you to get our spare parts from the supply box. It's around front, by the sign and the tire stack. Holy cow! I was waiting for you to ask me to lend a hand, but fuck! Alright, nice one. Take the wrench and inspect the car for damage. See if you can partially repair the engine. Definitely need some loving. Great. Okay, yeah, that's about all you can do from there. But field repairs, they'll only get you so far. More work we'll need doing here. Get out the jerry can and give her a little gas. You don't need much. That ought to do it. Good. Drive her up here. That gas tank's still pissing fuel. Better rip out your wrench again and get to work. You're in the right spot for it, though. You got all you need to get her roadworthy. Yeah, last but not least, fill her up. If you've patched the tank up proper, you should be good. Hell, you're a bona fide grease monkey, Sarge. I ain't too sure there's a whole lot more I can teach you. Oh, and the Jeep. If you need a ride, go on and take it.
Good to see you, Sergeant. Okay, combat engineering. Let's begin by stating the obvious. We can't do jack shit without the right materials. Head over to the Vehicle Management Point and requisition an engineering truck. Excellent. Now we need to load up on supplies. That should do it. Get in the truck and check your map. You'll see a location marked. Drive to that position. An actual combat engineer will meet you there and have you set up some fortifications. It's regular monkey work. You'll love it.
Hey, time to bust ass. If you'd kindly see to those supplies in the truck, we'll get started. Our orders are to throw together a machine gun nest. Think you can handle that? Just need to find a sensible spot. Entrenching tool out, unless of course you want to scrabble around in the dirt using your hands like that's it. Give it some. Shit, I couldn't have packed those sandbags better myself. Good job. That's your basics covered. Mostly, it all comes down to supplies and a little elbow grease. Anyhow, much appreciated, Sergeant. Come back later if you want. We still got a shit ton of field defenses to prepare.
Ready to beef up your navigation skills, Sergeant? I take it you got a map on you. Open it now. Let's see. Military maps are detailed topographic representations. They show both natural land features as well as man-made ones. Notice north, or rather grid north, is at the top. But just because your map's pointing north, it doesn't mean you are. That, my friend, is where your trusty compass comes in. Let's bring it into play. The magnetic arrow points north. The black index line, however, is the direction you're actually facing. Good so far? Okay, put away your map for a moment. And make sure you still got your compass up. The goal here is to get you and the map properly aligned. Turn until you're facing north. Keep an eye on your compass. We want the arrow on the index line. Excellent. You've now got an orientated map. Well done. Let's talk about landmarks and how helpful they can be. Shift yourself to face azimuth 220. You should be able to see a lighthouse. Salient structures like that can be a godsend if you're lost. Next, turn a bit to azimuth 240. Can you see the island? Again, another perfect landmark. Last one, align with azimuth 295. The airbase. That's perhaps the best navigation aid you'll likely find here. Its size and the direction of the runway make position finding pretty easy. Okay, good. Let's return to the map. Open it up again. Now, forgive me for going through the obvious, but it's essential to recap on grid refs. The vertical lines on your map are your eastings. The horizontal ones, your northings. Coordinates are given using both as two sets of 3 figures. To identify your whereabouts on the grid, start with your eastings, then your northings. Along the corridor and up the stairs, fix that in your brain box. You won't go far wrong. Tell you what, how about we put this theory into practice? Locate grid 032028, and when you think you found it, drive there. Shoot, I'll even let you take my Jeep. Again, that's 032028. Good luck. You're on your own now, Sergeant.
You're one lucky SOB, Sergeant. Be more careful next time, okay?
I take it you got a map on you. Open it now. Let's see what we can see. Military maps are detailed topographic representations. They show both natural land features as well as man-made ones. Notice north, or rather grid north, is at the top. But just because your map's pointing north, it doesn't mean you are. That, my friend, is where your trusty compass comes in. Let's bring it into play. The magnetic arrow points north. The black index line, however, is the direction you're actually facing. Good so far? Okay, put away your map for a moment. And make sure you still got your compass up. The goal here is to get you and the map properly aligned. Turn until you're facing north. Keep an eye on your compass. We want the arrow on the index line. Excellent. You've now got an orientated map. You should be able to see a lighthouse. Salient structures like that can be a godsend if you're lost. Next, turn a bit to azimuth. Can you see the island? Again, the airbase. That's perhaps the best navigation aid you'll likely find here. Now, forgive me for going through the obvious, but it's essential to recap on grid refs. The vertical lines on your map are your eastings. The horizontal ones, your northings. Coordinates are given using both as two sets of 3 figures. To identify your whereabouts on the grid, start with your eastings, then your northings. Along the corridor and up the stairs. Fix that in your brain box. You won't go far wrong. Tell you what, how about we put this theory into practice? Locate grid 032028, and when you think you found it, drive there. Shoot, I'll even let you take my Jeep. Again, that's 032028. Good luck. You're on your own now, Sergeant.
orders to tune that Jeep up a little. You'll have to hop out, buddy. Your instructor, he radioed ahead. Said if you make it here, you pass the course. He also had me time you. And you got here quick enough, so... I don't know. Good job.
I was wondering if we'd see you here, Sergeant. As you've already got some flight time, and considering the circumstances, I'm gonna give you a shot at this. Under supervision. Birds on the pad, take her up. And don't you fucking crash.
Get to the chopper.
Hey, told you I'd pull some strings. Just don't get cocky. You and I, we both know it's been a while. Let's take it slow. Start her up. Pre-flight checks are done and dusted. All right, clear left. Clear right. Raise the collective. Keep going. Ascend to 300 feet. Don't forget the altimeter. Eyes on the needle. Remember where it is? Instrument panel, top right. Quite the view, huh? Let's check the tail rotor and anti-torque pedals. Rotate a little, left and right. Good. Now, gently ease the cyclic forward. Drop the nose a tad. And the other way. Next, level off and move the cyclic a hair's breadth to the left. Not too much. Just enough to get us banking. That's it. And same again to the right. Okay. Controls and rotors seem responsive. Nothing's fallen off. Good start, I guess. Let's do a flyabout. Head south across the bay towards the lighthouse. We'll do a quick lap around the island. And if you're wondering which way south, remember you got your magnetic compass. That's on your right, beside the vertical velocity indicator. There it is. There's the lighthouse. Move us inland now, northeast. Our second waypoint's over at Wick Point, near Beauregard. Good going. Okay, let's beeline for the airbase. That's a few clicks west from here. Hard to miss. Keep an eye on the attitude indicator. Good going. Okay, let's beeline for the airbase. That's a few clicks west from here. Hard to miss. Getting close. Vector 4 approach. Reduce your horizontal speed to 5 knots. And put us down on the helipad we took off from. Nice one. Any landing you can walk away from's all right in my book. Switch off the engine. Seeing as we're both still alive, let's call that a pass. Go ahead. Unass. And come back later if you want. I'm here all day.
Attention, Captain Ross.
Sergeant, glad you could make it. Let's walk you through this real quick. Give you an overview of the basics. Go ahead and man that mortar over there. First off, we want to switch from using HE ammunition. I got orders to put holes in the runway later, and you know, we'll want to save some for the Russians too. Now, before we get ahead of ourselves, we need a target. Let's start with the little island out yonder. Find it on your map. To score a hit, we've got to adjust our firing direction. The protractor's your friend here. Work with it to gauge the exact azimuth. Note that in mortar gunnery, the standard unit of measurement is the mil. Why? Because mils are more precise than degrees. Once you've got it, set the correct horizontal angle.
Okay, next, we'll want to estimate how far away our target is. Measure the distance using your protractor or the scale at the bottom of your map. Then, as you did before, set your calculation on the fire controls. All good? Great. Step away from the site. Take an 81mm round out of the ammo box beside me. And finally, drop it into the mortar barrel. Once those fins are in, let go and stay clear. Obviously, as we're dealing with indirect fire, we can't see to adjust our aim. That's where forward observers come in. Ordinarily, I'd radio shot, but you get the gist. Let's wait for confirmation.
Atlas Green 1, Atlas Green 2, shot on target. Out.
Bomb diggity, that's how we do it. Well done, Sergeant. Let's shake things up a bit. Do what you did again. Only this time, we'll try and land around on the lighthouse across the bay, using just your map. Open it now, and yeah, take a look.
Atlas Green 2, Atlas Green 1. Negative impact. Repeat. Out.
Nope, that's a miss. Rethink your firing solution and give it another go.
Atlas Green 1 to Atlas Green 2. Shot on target. Out.
You heard the man. Good going. All right, let's call it there. It does seem you got a head for numbers, Sergeant. So, try not to lose it.
Figured I might see you here, Sergeant. If you got a sec, I'll walk you through the squad requisition process. Get you giving out some orders. How about it? Step up to the signboard here and we'll see what's what. Now, as there are not many of us, let's make ourselves a happy little fire team. Call in 2 extra soldiers to join us for some manda-fun using the unit roster. Well, shit. Didn't you just pick America's finest? Still, beggars can't be choosers. Go and give them the good news. Form your unit.
Fall in. On me. Let's go. Wilco.
Have your boys move up to that wreckage farther up the beach. As a rule of thumb, always recon positions before you issue orders. For that, you should use your binoculars. Try and read the terrain. Use the lay of the land to your advantage.
Squad, move over there. Acknowledged.
Jesus H. Christ, move it, ladies. Gag me with a fucking spoon. You call that running?
Squad, on me. Copy. Squad, on me. Copy. Squad, move there. Copy. Squad, move there. Copy. Squad, on me. Copy. Squad, mount up. Find a vehicle.
Step up to the signboard here and we'll see what's what. Now, as there are not many of us, let's make ourselves a happy little fire team. Call in 2 extra soldiers to join us for some Manda fun using the unit roster. Well, shit. Didn't you just pick America's finest? Still, beggars can't be choosers. Go and give them the good news. Form your unit.
Fall in. You're with us. Copy.
Have your boys move up to that wreckage farther up the beach. As a rule of thumb, always recon positions
Squad,
before you
move
issue
there.
orders.
Copy.
For that, you should use your binoculars. Try and read the terrain. You Jesus H. Christ, move it, ladies. Gag me with a fucking spoon.
Squad,
You call
move
that
over there.
running?
Acknowledged. Squad, move there. Copy. Squad, stay close. Squad, go over there. Wilco. Squad, stay close. Wilco. Squad, mount up, find a vehicle. Squad, find some transport. Copy.
Let's pretend we got some commies holed up in that boathouse over there. Have your boy lay down suppressive fire.
Squad, suppressive fire. Copy. Squad,
Stop it
suppressive
there,
fire. Copy.
Order your team to cease fire.
Squad, hold up. Copy.
That's enough shooting. Instruct him to leave the machine gun if he ain't already fucked his eardrums.
Squad, get out. Copy.
Before we call it quits, I need you to take the Jeep for a spin. Give the order to mount up. And let one of these two drive.
Squad, follow me. Acknowledge. Squad, disembark. Wilco. Squad, find some transport. Copy.
Get in the Jeep as well, Sergeant. Unless you'd rather walk. Well, ain't you all a pretty picture? Have your designated driver take you down the road to the checkpoint.
Squad, move there. Copy.
Don't you ride that clutch, Private.
Squad, move over there. Acknowledged. Look. Copy. Squad, move over there. Acknowledged. Squad, move over there. Acknowledged. Squad, move there. Copy.
Sergeant, this is your instructor speaking. You ought to be coming up on the checkpoint. When you arrive, get everybody out. Then command your team to secure the area, defend that position.
Squad, watch the perimeter. Acknowledged.
Okay.
Squad,
If you're in
hold your
position over there, that concludes
hold
our
down.
course. Just remember, a squad leader can only lead when he is ratified in the hearts and minds of his men.
All right there, Sergeant. I guess you're here to learn a bit about capturing fixed positions. That's great. I just hope you're feeling energetic. Now, you're gonna be knocking down some targets, so grab that rifle from the table over there. The first thing we need to talk about is this mobile command unit here. Go ahead and get it set up. That's it. Perfect. Next, you'll need a radio. You ought to be able to hear some chatter.
This is Disco Red One. I'm taking fire from metal targets. Board off my ass. Need support. Move up and secure my position. Out.
Okay, there you go, Sergeant. Clearly, it's a situation of life or death. Just remember, all this might get real at any moment. Not to put too fine a point on it, but in a few hours, your targets might really be firing back. Head over to the lighthouse on the hill and clear the area of hostiles. One more thing, Sergeant. For the purposes of this training course, we need to ensure we have radio coverage to successfully capture the enemy's position. This reflects the importance of dominating the electromagnetic spectrum on the battlefield and maintaining comms with friendly units. If we can't talk to one another, we can't coordinate. And if we can't coordinate, we can't kick Ivan's ass.
Well, fuck a duck. The cavalry is here. Take out the targets. Fucking A. There you go. Fucking A. There you go. You're clear. Move in. Capture the base. That's the base secure. Now, you just gotta put up an antenna, radio relay station or some shit, I don't know. I'll tell you if it don't look right. First, I need you to take apart the machine gun nest. Sandbags, we can use them too. Like, build other stuff and stuff. And make sure you got your E-tool handy. Find a good spot and, yeah, dig. Looking good? Position is secure. I'd say you're about done here, Sergeant. Leave the mobile command unit behind and see the instructor down in Beauregard if you want to go through things again.
You here for the special weapons training? Okay then, listen up. Today we're dealing with two basic munition types, anti-personal and anti-armor. Handle them properly, and we'll have no problems. Handle them improperly, and I guarantee I'll be scraping you up and sending you home in a coffee can. Got it? Good. Consider that your safety brief. Let's start simple. Hand grenades. Take some from the ammunition box here and move up to the grenade pit. Fragmentation grenades, such as the M67, are perfect for clearing buildings and fortified positions. They're also great against multiple combatants who clearly don't give a flying fuck about dispersal. Pull the pin and throw the grenade over the sandbag wall at the targets. Right on the money. Next, let's get you acquainted with underbarrel grenade launchers. Grab the carbine here. You'll see there's an M203 already attached. Also remember, different weapon, different trigger. Obviously, you can shoot grenades much farther than you can throw them. Have another look-see in the munition box. And load up on the 40mm rounds. Remember to load one. Now, have a go hitting targets at long range. There it is. Okay, hotshot. I think you're ready for the fun stuff. In front of me is the M72 light anti-tank weapon, or LAW for short. Come on over and pick it up. Now, the thing about that launcher, it's a one-shot disposable weapon. If you miss, well, that's your lot. Zero it in for 50 meters and take out one of the big wooden targets. Nicely done. Bring it in, Sergeant. Let's try something different. The Russians very kindly left us their RPGs. Take one and a couple of rockets. There's backpacks too, in case you want to carry extra. That shoulder-launched, rocket-propelled grenade launcher is a classic. Although it packs less of a punch than the LAW, it's cheap, reliable, and reloadable. Aim at the second wooden vehicle target, and do some damage. Again, very nicely done. Together with the RPGs and rockets, we also got our hands on a banged-up APC. Fire a few rockets, put it out its misery. And note, there's a weak spot. If you aim at the rear, you can disable the engine. Yep, that'll do it all right. Ditch the launcher and help yourself to some M34 satchel charges. They're in the shack. Make sure you have a detonator too. trees. CREOD at the roadblock. He'll have you blow some more shit up, okay?
Yo, you got the goods? Plant one on each of the Czech hedgehogs over there. You know, I always wonder, what exactly makes those hedgehogs Czech? And hedgehogs? Think about it. Why are they gonna be so greedy, man? Plenty of hedgerows to go around, right? You done over there? If you are, connect the detonator. Don't set a timed fuse. Just get some distance. 10 meters ought to do it. Then clickety-click, boom! Road's clear! That's a wrap, Sergeant!
Sergeant, when you're finished with your training, come on back to base. I'm at the new HQ. That's the big concrete building opposite the barracks. Out.
Hey, you didn't do bad today. I mean, yeah, sure, you were a little rusty, but you did okay. If you got the time, you can always go through the manual. It's a riveting read, a real fucking page turner.
No, I said dig in. Dig in. Yes, fucking trenches. Look, wait. I'll call you back. Sergeant, my compliments. Just checked in with your course instructors. Seems you know your ass from your elbow. That makes you a combat asset. Congratulations. I suggest you go get some rest or squeeze in a bit more training. Dismissed.